Countless people stared in stunned silence at the shattered void before them. Among the ethereal clouds of the void, two exceptionally brilliant spheres of light hung suspended in midair. Within these spheres of light, there was an ancient, sacred aura so overwhelming that it commanded respect, as if touching them could grant some unfathomable power. Clan leader? The eyes of countless onlookers were drawn to the spheres, but only Xiao Tianming's face was filled with deep concern. Unfortunately, his own power had been greatly depleted, and all he could do was watch as Xiao Yan, severely injured, retreated into the netherworld realm, his heart seething with rage. No one knew that Xiao Yan, at the quasi-god level, had long since entered the realm of divine-level techniques. His strength was so formidable that it could seize the very essence of heaven and earth for his own use. He had also cultivated the fifth realm of the flame mantra and mastered divine-class combat techniques. His power was beyond what ordinary people could comprehend. He had already mastered 2 of the 4 divine powers and was rightfully a quasi-god level powerhouse. Meanwhile, the leader of the extraterritorial evil clan remained a mystery, with no one knowing her exact whereabouts or true strength. However, Xiao Tianming clearly remembered what the clan leader had once said. If the 2 of them fought to the death one-on-one, even Xiao Yan would not be able to defeat the leader of the extraterritorial evil clan. This was why, during the first Great War of Heaven and Earth, Xiao Yan had tried to enter the ancient battlefield to seek the path of the battle god. Now, their brief clash had ended in mutual destruction, a devastating blow to the Xiao clan and even the entire Great Thousand Worlds. No one knew what the leader of the extraterritorial evil clan had in mind. Ha ha ha. Without Xiao Yan, how can you ants hope to fight us? In an instant, countless hidden experts of the extraterritorial evil clan, concealed within the evil rift, and their allies from the center of the human realm, all focused their greedy gazes on the 2 spheres of light in the sky, their eyes flashing with desire. You're boasting too much. In response to the mockery, the Holy King and the Golden Dragon King stepped forward, releasing powerful spatial waves that caused the very air to tremble. No matter what, this battle had to come to a conclusive end. Today, this place will be destroyed. Kill them. From within the dark, evil fog where the heavenly demon's sacred emperor resided, a surge of excitement spread among the evil forces. They quickly gave orders to attack, launching a ferocious offensive against the remaining angels of the Endless Flame Alliance and the Angel Kingdom. The 2 armies clashed once more, their soldiers as wild and ferocious as starving wolves, battling with terrifying intensity. Himph, do you think we don't exist? The Holy King, the Golden Dragon King, and the others dove into the sky and swiftly intercepted the heavenly demon's sacred emperor, the guardian of heaven and earth, and the 3 who sought to seize the sole divine source. Attack! The 3 in the evil fog exchanged a glance, and then they unleashed a massive onslaught against their opponents. With each punch and palm strike, terrifying shockwaves ripped through the already shattered void, tearing open black cracks in the air. The sight of their battle was enough to send chills down anyone's spine. However, even with such ferocity, it was clear that the 5 combatants would not reach a conclusion anytime soon. Block them. As the 2 armies clashed, the human god-child let out a furious roar and shot forward, heading directly for the 2 spheres of light in the sky. The sole divine source, which belonged to the divine realm, could only be touched and absorbed by beings at the level of a demigod. If an ordinary 9th reincarnation stage cultivator came into contact with it, they would likely perish instantly. This is mine. With a swift motion, the human god-child, empowered by his demigod strength, reached out with a black and white hand to seize the 2 spheres. His face beamed with a radiant, triumphant smile. Do you think it's that easy? Just as the human god-child smile appeared, a shadow like a ghost emerged from the clouds. The ancient and mysterious flame god's cauldron, exuding intense heat, slammed toward the human god-child's vital points. Clang, clang, clang. The flame god's cauldron struck the human god-child with ease, sending waves of agonizing pain from his soul deep into his flesh. His smile immediately froze, transforming into an expression of unrelenting fury and hatred. Summoning all his strength, Xiao Yan's arm, though numb from the shock, forced the attack through. Despite the overwhelming pain, the human god-child gritted his teeth and pushed forward, wrapping his hand around the two spheres of light, attempting to seize them with lightning speed. Xiao Yan, you're courting death. The human god-child's face turned ashen as he roared in fury, his entire focus now on the two spheres. Divine Realm Soul, Divine Class Do Technique, Divine Body, Divine Class Cultivation Technique. These are the rankings of power within the four divine realms. At this moment, watching the reckless actions of the human god-child, Xiao Yan could only shake his head helplessly. Clearly, Xiao Yan now had no way to deal with him, and he turned his gaze toward the illusory clouds. It seemed that the clouds were filled with an intense concentration of soul power. When his own soul power surged into the clouds, it was as if it was instantly devoured and absorbed by the clouds. Even his 9-layered spirit palace emitted an unprecedented tremor at this moment. Stepping into the divine realm soul's origin, angelic holy soul, Xiao Yan did not act rashly. Instead, he took a slight step back, and his gaze became particularly focused as he watched the movements of the human god-child and the changes within the clouds. From Xiao Yan's perception, this thing was definitely not simple. Once I devour this thing, I'll deal with you properly. Don't worry, I'll make sure you die the way you deserve. Upon sensing Xiao Yan's retreat, the human god-child couldn't help but smile ominously. Why your arm? Suddenly, a strange curve formed at the corner of Xiao Yan's mouth, and he spoke loudly. Gulp. Even though the human god-child wanted to retort, as Xiao Yan's voice fell, he could clearly feel his black and white hand, which carried the power of a half-god, when it touched the soul divine source light orb, first felt a gentle, jade-like texture, but then an odd sensation of being devoured and gnawed upon emerged. Crack! In an instant, the bloodied arm was transformed into waves of ghostly light, surging into the soul divine source. At this moment, the human god-child felt his scalp go numb, and fear spread rapidly from the depths of his soul. Cold sweat broke out on his forehead, and it seemed that if he hesitated for even a moment, he would completely become part of the soul divine source. What kind of evil thing is this? After severing his own arm, with blood churning within him and his fundamental strength damaged, the human god-child roared in hatred. A half-god indeed has the qualification to devour the soul divine source, but that's only a qualification. Since you can't take it, let me handle it. As he spoke, Xiao Yan's body erupted with 9-colored flames. An ancient flame cauldron quickly expanded, completely enveloping both Xiao Yan and the soul divine source light orb. This is bad. Watching Xiao Yan unleash such a thunderous method, the human god-child felt dizzy in his mind, and his face instantly turned pale. He realized that if it hadn't been for his quick decision to sever his arm, he would have likely become part of the soul divine source. This showed just how dangerous the soul divine source truly was. Now that Xiao Yan had taken such action, even if the chances of success were less than 1 in 10,000, the human godchild didn't dare to gamble. Once Xiao Yan fully collected the soul divine source, even 2 or 3 half-gods might not be able to match Xiao Yan. Among the 4 divine realms, the divine realm soul was undoubtedly the most powerful. Boom! Fear continued to surge within his heart, and immediately, the void behind the human god-child collapsed. Black and white torrents surged downward, attacking Xiao Yan with a towering force, intent on obliterating him. Unfortunately, facing the human godchild's powerful assault, the enormous flame god cauldron sent out a long, ancient bell-like sound, and then completely destroyed the torrents of energy within it. Even the human godchild, whose expression was twisted in rage, had no effective countermeasure at this moment. He could only quietly watch Xiao Yan's every move. With the protection of the flame god cauldron, Xiao Yan took a deep breath and then slowly withdrew his gaze and focus. His footsteps gently pressed forward, stepping into the illusory clouds as he moved toward the 2 light orbs. This was his opportunity, and the opportunity for this battle. Given the current strength of the Endless Flame Alliance and the Angel Kingdom, they were naturally unable to withstand the combined forces of the extraterritorial Evil Clan and the Central Human Realms Coalition. If Xiao Yan lost, it would likely turn into a real bloodbath. As the leader of the Endless Flame Alliance, deeply supported by countless people, Xiao Yan knew that in this critical moment, he had no choice but to charge forward without hesitation. Xiao Yan's soul power had already reached the peak of the spirit-wandering realm, only one step away from the divine realm soul. But the gap between them was like an insurmountable chasm, terrifying to behold. From the countless intelligence Xiao Yan had gathered, in order to step into the divine realm soul, one needed to possess a 10-layered spirit palace. But the spirit palace could not be restructured, and it seemed that the potential for the future was determined the moment it was formed. The divine realm soul. Across the entire world, based on Xiao Yan's current speculation, it was likely only the Slaughter Angel who had touched this realm. Even though the soul of the divine realm of the latter was of a relatively low tier, it was still a genuine divine realm soul. Had it not been for Xiao Yunqian's supreme divine power and the sudden arrival of the divine artifact's might, which obliterated the Slaughter Angel, it's likely that with just this divine realm soul, the Slaughter Angel would have been in an undefeatable position today. No one would have been able to defeat her. However, Xiao Yan understood well that entering the divine realm in terms of soul power didn't necessarily mean one could become a true battle god. The path to becoming a battle god was mysterious and unfathomable. Though there were many legends about it in the Great Thousand Worlds, no one had ever reached that level. Could there be gods in this world? As for the semi-god and quasi-god rankings after transcending reincarnation, they were also quite profound. The 4 divine realms, the one who controls one, or has undergone the 9 reincarnation tribulations, is considered a semi-god. Originally, there was no clear distinction between the front, middle, and rear stages of the semi-god level. Only those who control 2 or more realms are considered quasi-gods. Beyond the quasi-god level is the so-called Battle God Divine Seat. The title Battle God represents the pinnacle of this world, even of the entire universe. And if one could control all 4 divine realms, they would be infinitely close to reaching the level of a battle god. At that point, breaking through to the battle god stage would become much easier. But what was strange was that there seemed to be certain elusive forces in this world that were suppressing semi-gods and other powerful beings. Even a mighty figure like Xiao Yunqian, who possessed unimaginable strength, wouldn't dare to attempt controlling the 3rd divine realm. It seemed there was something inherently tricky about it. Of course, for Xiao Yan, improving his soul power was extremely difficult. Even the ancient plan of the Slaughter Angel, which gathered the immense holy power of the Angel Kingdom and the power of faith, barely allowed her to step into the realm of a divine realm soul. Originally, she could have used the Thunder Lord's help to wipe out Xiao Tianming and even the entire Endless Flame Alliance. Unfortunately, Xiao Yunqian had already seen through her intentions. Xiao Yan's mind raced as he soon arrived in front of 2 floating orbs of light. As he reached them, the surrounding void hummed, as though it was sensing a particular aura rapidly awakening. It was the 9th-layer spirit palace inside Xiao Yan's body, the vast source of his soul from the peak of the spirit-wandering realm. Ignoring the changes inside his body, Xiao Yan's gaze swept across. One of the orbs resembled a shrunken angel soul shadow, radiating a dazzling divine aura. This was likely the Angel Queen's token from the Angel Kingdom, Angel's Sacred Soul. The nature of this item, its creation, and its limitations made it exclusive for the Angel Queen's use. Therefore, it wasn't Xiao Yan's target. The other orb, however, carried an overwhelming power that struck at Xiao Yan's heart. The orb pulsated, and what appeared to be a piece of white cloud floated above it, with pure white light spilling from it. Each time the light fell into the void, it emitted a piercing sound. Under this force, other powers seemed to quiet down, unwilling to stir or rebel. At this moment, Xiao Yan's hair stood on end. His 9th-layer spirit palace inside his body howled as it generated an immense soul tide, attempting to resist the pressure emanating from the soul divine source cloud. That pressure struck directly at his soul. If it lingered too long, Xiao Yan might turn into a puppet, completely controlled. The intense pain on his skin, the searing sensation deep in his soul. But Xiao Yan paid no mind to these threats. With great difficulty, he raised his hand and clenched it in the void, grabbing a faint glimmer of light. The moment the glimmer from the Soul Divine Source cloud entered his palm, he could clearly feel the vast soul origin power within it. This profound energy caused the demon robe behind him to tremble with fear. All of it is divine realm soul origin. Looks like the Slaughter Angel did something good after all. After confirming the authenticity of the Soul Divine Source, Xiao Yan's voice faltered as he spoke. Yet, his gaze remained fixed on the other orb. This was both a disaster and an opportunity. Would it lead to rebirth or destruction within? You are now a masterless object. Let me refine you. Merge with my body, merge with my soul. My master will lead you to enjoy all the reverence this world has to offer. Xiao Yan spoke slowly, his tone calm, but filled with an undercurrent of confidence and composure. It seemed that from the moment the Soul Divine Source formed after the fall of the Slaughter Angel, it already had a hint of intelligence, albeit faint. As soon as Xiao Yan's voice fell, brilliant beams of light erupted from the Soul Source cloud, shooting towards Xiao Yan's limbs and body. To outsiders, this might look like the judgment of a higher power, but Xiao Yan only smiled slowly. It seemed like some sort of test, an exploration. He had guessed correctly. The Soul Divine Source had just formed and was extremely weak. In an instant, several battle zones within the Holy Judgment Mountains erupted one after another, with smoke filling the air. Intense energy ripples spilled out continuously, and the ruthless shockwaves ravaged this sacred land of humans. Even the power fluctuations left behind in the void caused a spine-chilling fear. The battle had now reached a boiling point, and the situation clearly showed the overwhelming defeat of the Endless Flame Alliance and the Angel Kingdom. Archangel, this battle was premeditated by the extraterritorial evil clan in the center of the human realm. Our losses have been immense. We've already lost nearly 30% of our elite angels. If this continues, the entire Angel Kingdom will. Please, all of you angels, decide on our retreat route quickly. Among the crowd, the figures of several angels drenched in blood hurriedly spoke, their voices filled with anxiety. At the forefront of the fierce battle, a high-ranking angel wielded an angelic scepter, but facing the violent onslaught of the extraterritorial evil clan and the strong warriors from the center of the human realm, their attacks had begun to retreat step by step. Is the angel clan truly doomed to perish? The archangel, whose strength had reached the quasi-ninth reincarnation stage, looked up at the distant angel queen's divine palace, and a deep sense of guilt surged in her heart. Had they not believed the Slaughter Angel's lie about restoring the glory of the Angel Kingdom from the start, they would never have fallen under his control, leading to the series of events that followed. At this point, all we can do is try our best. Hopefully, the worst outcome won't come to pass. Xiao Tianming and Thunder Lord slowly arrived at the front of the many angelic elites, gathering their scattered energy, preparing to counter the enemy. Now, they were all on the same side, and if they lost, the result would likely be inevitable. Elsewhere, the core elites of the Endless Flame Alliance suddenly clashed with the two peak ninth reincarnation stage warriors from the center of the human realm. There were signs of retreat, and even the Holy King and his companions began to show signs of being overwhelmed in their positions. This battle, bringing together the remaining elites of the extraterritorial evil clan and the powerful warriors from the center of the human realm, was truly a test for both the Angel Kingdom and the Endless Flame Alliance. If they lost, the entire Great Thousand Worlds might fall into true panic. This battle could not be lost, no matter what. Ha! Truly an arrogant brat. The human godchild's face twisted in a grimace, but as he watched the battle zone behind him gradually gain the upper hand, a rare smile of satisfaction appeared on his face. The Soul Divine Source of the Slaughter Angel was too dangerous and sinister, so much so that even he couldn't approach it easily. For a mere ninth reincarnation stage warrior to make such reckless moves would only lead to his own demise. This time, both the extraterritorial evil clan and the center of the human realm had almost exhausted their strength, and the scales of victory had slightly shifted. This is indeed troublesome. However, Xiao Yan, too, felt the intense pressure of the current battle, and a determined look appeared in his eyes. Even if his guess was correct, once he took that step, he wasn't sure what the outcome would be. Exhaling deeply, Xiao Yan, under the astonished gaze of the human godchild, glowed with brilliant sacred flame and leaped into the clouds, heading toward the sole divine source. As soon as he entered, a terrifying force surged from all directions, one capable of easily tearing Xiao Yan apart. However, no matter how fierce and terrifying this power was, Xiao Yan paid it no heed. His speed increased dramatically, directly colliding with the very core of the sole divine source. As the distance between them grew smaller, Xiao Yan gradually sensed the subtle connection between his spirit palace and the sole divine source. A surge of madness rose within him. Absorb. Whoosh. As Xiao Yan inhaled deeply, the entire cloud of souls trembled violently. Whether from resonance or having found a place to settle, bursts of joy emerged, and the sacred aura instantly vanished. Instead, a pure light surged, rapidly entering Xiao Yan's body and soul. How is this possible? This scene caused the human godchild's mind to tremble violently, a wave of unease rising from the depths of his soul, expanding. If Xiao Yan truly absorbed the sole divine source, the outcome of this battle would become even more unpredictable. As the energy surged into his abdomen, Xiao Yan's entire body turned crystal clear, streams of light surrounding him. For the first time, he felt a terrifying fear and torment like never before. In that instant, it seemed that the sole divine source had transformed into the most lethal destructive energy, slowly flowing over his skin and flesh. Scorching heat, coldness, darkness. Even guided by some instinctive intuition, Xiao Yan could clearly feel that within the liquid energy of these sole divine sources, there was a deep, hidden resentment. It contained countless emotions: longing for loved ones and close friends, devotion to a partner, hope for a bright future. Each emotion was distinct and powerful. Countless forces combined to form a mysterious power, the power of faith. Success or failure, this will be the test. Xiao Yan's crimson eyes gradually calmed, and a faint, indifferent smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Inside his body, the 9-layered spirit palace seemed to collapse like a mountain, quickly fading away. As the 9-layered spirit palace faded, Xiao Yan's strength began to visibly retreat, at a speed that could be seen with the naked eye. From the peak of the late stage of the 9th reincarnation stage to the mid-stage of the 9th reincarnation stage, the signs of regression seemed endless, and the speed only increased. Have you given up resisting? Watching Xiao Yan's deathly appearance, the human godchild's entire body began to burn, and an even more surging divine power emerged. Burning his essence blood, it seemed the latter was also afraid of Xiao Yan, determined to strangle him here. Kid, what are you up to? The Holy King and Golden Dragon King turned to look at Xiao Yan from a distance, their pupils filled with deep confusion. However, facing the 3 half-step gods from the extraterritorial evil clan, even if they combined their strength, they were exhausted. What was even stranger was that the attacks from the extraterritorial evil clan seemed to lack any real force, almost like feints. Boom, boom, boom. Suddenly, a magnificent bell rang out from the heavens, descending from the sky. It carried with it streaks of black and white lightning, which quickly transformed into an ocean of stars, a vast starry river that seemed to overlook the 9 heavens. In the starry river, the human godchild stood in midair, his aura reaching its peak, exuding an imperial presence. The descendants of the Xiao clan are indeed remarkable, but today, with my divine blood burning, I will give you the respect you deserve. Star River of Death. A voice full of grandeur and authority echoed, and the vast starry river began to descend slowly. Along the way, no energy ripples were triggered, as if it were a dream. Yet the power of this attack was surely at the level of a lesser divine technique. At that moment, countless powerhouses from the Angel Kingdom and the Endless Flame Alliance couldn't help but clench their fists, their mouths dry as they watched the scene unfolding in midair. Leader. Fear and unease slowly spread in the minds of many. Could Xiao Yan truly withstand such a terrifying blow from the human god-child in this state? Kid, don't disappoint us. In the distance, the Holy King's body shone with sacred flame, and the Golden Dragon King's dragon shadow surged mightily. The two exchanged a faint smile. Russell, you should focus on yourselves first. Before the words were even finished, the three half-step gods from the outer realms once again launched a fierce attack, engaging in battle with the others. Boom, boom, boom. The dazzling star river of death, capable of annihilating everything, fell like billions of shining stars, its heat and eerie stillness surging toward Xiao Yan's position. The powers of scorching heat and death flowed out, making one's heart race. As it drew closer, Xiao Yan didn't show any reaction. The human godchild's face twisted into a sneer. In the next moment, an unexpected scene unfolded. Whoosh! The star river, which contained the full force of the human godchild's strike, seemed to suddenly drop to an unknown dimension, losing all its devastating power. In an instant, the immovable angelic Holy Soul light group trembled slightly, as if instinctively sensing a disturbance. Then, not far away, a crystal-like figure slowly appeared. The crystal figure, as soon as it appeared, raised a finger and lightly pointed at the star river. The seemingly nonchalant gesture released an indescribable, bizarre wave of energy that immediately neutralized the attack. Gurgle. No. It's impossible. Feeling the overwhelming soul pressure suddenly rising in the air, the human godchild's body became uncontrollable, cold sweat forming on his forehead. That wave of pressure, that force, even the lord of the human realm didn't possess it. That was a divine realm soul. A mere half-step god, an ant that hasn't even entered the four divine realms, dares to oppose me? I am the flame emperor of the gods. The brilliant soul pressure burst out from the crystal figure's body. A formless wave that seemed to shake the heavens and earth appeared like a storm, accompanied by a rebellious, arrogant laugh. At that moment, the sky darkened, storm clouds swirling, and countless powers boiled in the air. Xiao Yan's eyes gleamed with a cold, chilling intent, causing the temperature of the entire realm to plummet. Even the power of the three half-step gods from the outer realms slowed noticeably. In the sky, the three half-gods from the outer realms, who were engaged in battle with the Golden Dragon King and the Holy King, displayed intense unease and shock in their eyes. The divine realm soul, such a being, was the most powerful among the four divine realms. It seems that Xiao Yan now possesses the power to directly confront the two guardians of heaven and earth, standing undefeated. One must ask, who in this world could reach the divine realm soul, aside from those who tread the path of the slaughter angel through dark means? Perhaps only ancient beings, like Xiao Tianyuan, could claim such a status. And now, within the great thousand worlds, the divine realm soul, it is likely that only Xiao Yan possesses it. What is the divine realm soul? It is a state beyond immortality, a supreme realm that truly shares its lifespan with heaven and earth. Your Majesty. Sensing the cold, murderous intent radiating from Xiao Yan, several high-ranking kings from the extraterritorial evil clan gathered behind the three half-gods, vigilantly watching Xiao Yan. This man posed an overwhelming threat to them. Retreat. Even though he was reluctant, the heavenly demon's sacred emperor made a decisive decision. The situation was no longer under his control. Without hesitation, he withdrew, leading the vast army of the extraterritorial evil clan into the evil rift, heading towards the Buddhist realm headquarters. If they were to fight to the death today, the consequences would be chilling. Watching the enemy retreat at high speed, Xiao Yan and his allies did not pursue, for they knew the battle was still in a delicate state and must first deal with internal affairs. Shush, don't rush. The final battle is not far off. As the words fell, the three half-gods from the outer realms led their massive evil army into the evil rift and disappeared. It seemed that their mission was not a death struggle, but rather some form of cover. Seeing the extraterritorial evil clan retreat, the Endless Flame Alliance members wanted to chase them down but were stopped by Xiao Yan. No one questioned Xiao Yan's decision. After all, The feeling of surviving this calamity left many with a surreal sense, as though they had just awoken from a dream. Killing so many, doing so many heinous acts, and it still hasn't been repaid. In midair, Xiao Yan's gaze was silent as he looked at the human godchild. His brilliant soul power transformed into surging energy tides that spread in an eerie, mystical manner. No, don't kill me. Your Xiao clan's second elder, Xiao Bao, is still in the center of the human realm. I can lead you? With a swift motion, Xiao Yan's strike did not hesitate, instantly obliterating the human godchild, his body and soul destroyed. Xiao Yan, the alliance leader, his divine might is truly awe-inspiring, the leaders of various forces below said with a wry smile. Rumble. With the fall of the human godchild, many powerful figures in the center of the human realm began to scatter in fear, fleeing for their lives. Let them all perish. Xiao Yan felt no mercy. His hand lifted again, and the overwhelming pressure of his soul rained down on the powerful figures below like a sharp blade. These two have old ties with me. Seeing Xiao Yan advancing towards the icebound abyss and the master of the Star Track Pavilion, the Golden Dragon King hurriedly spoke. You too, would you be willing to join my Endless Flame Alliance? Upon hearing the Golden Dragon King's words, Xiao Yan calmly asked, My life's wish has always been to avenge my sister by eliminating the Lord of the human realm. We are willing. With that, the two, along with the remaining powerful figures from the human realm center, fully joined the Endless Flame Alliance. Phew, that was really close. Everyone couldn't help but laugh heartily. However, before their laughter died down, countless lightning bolts containing divine restrictions began to converge in the sky above the holy Judgment Mountains. It felt like a divine force walking the divine path, vast and boundless. Half-God tribulation. Seeing this, the Holy King, Golden Dragon King, and Xiao Tianming all sucked in a cold breath, their eyes filled with shock. When did half-God stages and the four divine realms become so cheap? When I devoured the sole divine source, I also completely refined the dragon godbone. Heh. Xiao Yan scratched his head and then took a step forward, heading directly towards the half-God tribulation. With his divine body, divine realm soul, and dual divine realm power, even a mere breakthrough to half-God seems far beyond the level of a typical half-God. This time, the catastrophe in the Angel Kingdom was finally over. With the end of the catastrophe in the Angel Kingdom, Xiao Yan and his allies returned to their respective territories. They did not interfere with the internal affairs of the Angel Kingdom, allowing it to develop on its own, as the Slaughter Angel, the root cause of the turmoil, had already fallen. However, after experiencing such a baptism of conflict, the Angel Kingdom, the center of the human realm, and even the forces that colluded to attack the Xiao clan had all become filled with fear. The Xiao clan's wrath was not something they could easily endure. In the Angel Kingdom, Lord of the Fallen Angels, this is the divine palace of the Angel Queen. A group of high-ranking archangels surrounded the King of Fallen Angels, wandering deep within the Angel Queen's divine palace. They gazed at the ancient gate filled with countless divine seals, and for a moment, they found themselves at a loss. Such a place of ancient power was beyond their reach, even if they worked together. We can still feel their presence. Hearing this, the King of Fallen Angels let out a heavy sigh. However, even he was powerless now. After all, the divine palace of the Angel Kingdom was a sacred place only the Angel Queens of past generations could control. Boom! A crisp sound echoed, and soon, dozens of figures emerged, bathed in a pure light from above, flowing out from the depths of the Angel Queen's divine palace. Among them were strong members of the Knight's Order, Archangel Jenny, and two imposing women, who appeared to be closely connected, like long-lost mother and daughter, their relationship warm and intimate. Both had angelic faces and an aura of divine power that was calming. Their delicate figures and 12 wings fluttering behind them left no doubt as to their identities. The former Angel Queen of the Angel Kingdom, Qing Yin, and the widely recognized little princess of the Angel Kingdom, Qing Yuan. Lu Mingxian? Are you alive or dead? As soon as Archangel Jenny and the others appeared, supporting the two key figures of the Angel Kingdom, They could not help but speak when they saw the shadow before them. Wasn't this person supposed to have fallen during the first great war of heaven and earth? Tears welled up in the king of fallen angels' resolute eyes as he recounted the events of the netherworld realm. Heh, as long as you're safe. In that moment, countless tears welled up in Xiao Yan's eyes, and she instantly embraced Lu Mingxian. Child, my child. The reunion was filled with overwhelming joy and tears, and soon after, they waved to Xiao Yan. The three of them were finally reunited. I need some time. Despite their warm embrace, Xiao Yan stepped back slightly, instinctively resisting. Even though she knew the truth, that her parents had exiled her to the lower realm to protect her from the Slaughter Angel, there was still a part of her heart that felt conflicted. The Slaughter Angel is dead, all thanks to the Lord of the Endless Flame Alliance, Xiao Yan. Now the Angel Kingdom is almost stable, but we still need you both to take charge. The extraterritorial evil clan is no easy foe. We cannot afford any mistakes in this second great war of heaven and earth. Lu Mingxian spoke, clearly with the ability to stabilize the entire order of the Angel Kingdom with ease. By the way, child, this is something Xiao Yan asked me to give to you. Do you know him? Lu Mingxian seemed to ask deliberately as he tossed a strange light orb toward Xiao Yan. Angelic Holy Soul, Angelic Scepter. With these, you're now the new queen of the Angel Kingdom. Xiao Yan stood up slightly, looking at Xiao Yan with affectionate eyes. Xiao Yan? Xiao Yan slowly took the items, and her mind lingered on that figure. The one who had shown her kindness when she was lost. At the headquarters of the Boundless Fire Domain. 3 days had passed since their return from the Angel Kingdom, and the Endless Flame Alliance had not taken any action. It was as if some transcendent being was calmly observing the changing tides. Strange. I tried to contact the clan leader in the Netherworld, but couldn't get through. It seems since the clan leader appeared in the Angel Kingdom, the Netherworld has been sealed by his will. There's no way to enter. In the hall of the Boundless Fire Domain, the voice of the Holy King was unusually somber, tinged with a hint of vigilance. The clan leader is unparalleled in power. He must be pushing to break through to Doshan. Xiao Tianming exchanged glances with the others before speaking. After all, this was Xiao Yuntian's lifelong dream. The Holy King nodded slightly, not offering further objection. Now that we have the 4 spirit pearls, the last one is still unaccounted for. To prevent any unforeseen consequences, we need to plan ahead. Xiao Yan nodded in agreement. Due to certain irresistible forces, the divine path couldn't be recreated in this world. So the only way to reach Doshan or obtain divine power was through the path of Paradise Lost. Now, the 3 figures, Xiao Yuntian, the leader of the extraterritorial realm, and the lord of the central human realm, were the greatest changes. The last spirit pearl is in the hands of the lord of the human realm. They have an old connection with the Golden Dragon King and are loyal to the lord of the central human realm. However, they were held back by the divine might of the lord of the central human realm. Originally, their plan was to secretly infiltrate and then work together with the Golden Dragon King and others. But the lord of the central human realm is naturally suspicious, so they were not given any opportunity to act. Lord of the human realm, what exactly is this person? Hearing them speak, Xiao Yan, Xiao Tianming, the Holy King, and the Golden Dragon King all focused their attention on the latter. For half-gods, with 3 of them having reached the pinnacle of the demigod stage, such immense divine power. Wasn't it enough to counter the lord of the central human realm? Very strong. Perhaps you could say he is an invincible existence. His strength? He has probably already attained quasi-god status. In a one-on-one situation, none of you 4 would be able to face him head-on. At least, we haven't seen him use his full power in all the years we've been in the central human realm. The lord of the icebound abyss shook her head, her eyes filled with concern. With her keen senses, she believed that even if Xiao Yan and the others teamed up, they would likely struggle to handle the lord of the central human realm. Now, with internal and external threats, we can only unite and stabilize the great 1,000 worlds internally before facing external enemies. The central human realm is a must-visit. Even knowing that the central human realm is a dangerous place, they must go there, as it concerns the fate of the entire Great Thousand Worlds.